know, right? Start right here. Are we sitting up? Okay, stop right here. Stop right here. Okay, this is fine. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, you have to bring it. I forgot it. That worked out. I get to drive now. Okay. Just trying to get an eye on it.
Welcome, family, friends, faculty, school board members, Dr. Lewis, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. I am Christina Jones, this year's senior class president. It is an honor to have been given this opportunity to stand before you all and welcome you to Hardaway High School's graduation. Since we first stepped foot into Hardaway, we knew at the end of these 4 years, we would walk this very stage with a diploma in our hand. To say the least, the last few years have been filled with many obstacles. As the first graduating class back to traditional in-class learning, we've had faced those challenges together. And I am proud to say that our strength and perseverance is finally being recognized and rewarded. Looking around this building, it is heartwarming to see that every single graduate is being actively supported here tonight. Thank you all for continued support of this outstandingly memorable senior class. Welcome and enjoy the ceremony. Please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors. Please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Members of the Board of Education, administration, faculty, staff, families, friends, and soon-to-be graduates, it is my privilege to welcome you to this commencement ceremony. Graduates, congratulations. This is your moment. It's your time to reflect upon your years of hard work, joys, and yes, some disappointments along the way since entering school, all culminating in this ceremony tonight. Despite the normal challenges and the impacts of a pandemic that affected much of your high school experience, you overcame them through sacrifice and perseverance to make it to this commencement ceremony. To quote Hall of Fame football coach Lou Holtz, you aren't going to find anybody that's going to be successful without making a sacrifice and without perseverance. This milestone event marks the end of one chapter in your life and the beginning of yet another that opens the doors of opportunity to all that America affords each of us who is willing to work hard and take advantage of those opportunities. One of the greatest of these rights is the right to an education. But for every right, there's also a corresponding responsibility. Your responsibility is to use your talents and abilities to become contributing citizens of our country and the world, while also remembering those who are less fortunate. This ceremony is also gratifying for all who have invested significant time, money, and effort into each one of you. I encourage you to take the time to thank those who supported and believed in you along the way. As you have learned, no matter what circumstances you may encounter in life, you must face them and meet them head on and keep moving forward. Scientist and inventor Louis Pasteur once said, "My strength lies solely in my tenacity." Again, congratulations and best wishes to each one of you and your families. We are very proud of you and this personal achievement you have accomplished. Best wishes and Godspeed in your future endeavors, whatever they may be. Thank you. At this time, please welcome Board of Education Chairperson, Mrs. Pat Green.
Good evening to the Hardaway class of 2022. Congratulations. It is indeed my pleasure and distinct honor to stand before you on behalf of our 9-member board as we stand and join with your family and friends to congratulate you. And here with me tonight is Board Chair Laura McRae, at-large member Kia Chambers, District 6 member Mr. Mark Cantrell, District 4 member Naomi Buckner, and District 3 member Vanessa Jackson. Parents, family, friends, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for entrusting these young scholars in the hands of the Muskogee County School District and Hawks Nation. But we want to encourage you to hold on tighter just for a little while longer. Graduates, you did it. We're here to celebrate you. You are the honorees. This is your night. But you must remember, this is not the end. This is your beginning. This is a commencement service. So we want you to continue to persevere. You know how to do that. You have shown us all how to persevere. We want you to continue to press forward and always remember gratitude. Remember to have gratitude of all the village and the people around you, your support system. But I leave you with a poem. It's called Never Stop Learning. On this, your graduation day, all stand and give cheer to honor you for all the work you've done to get you here. As we rise and give applause, be sure you don't forget that learning is not over as your future plans are met. May you always be a good listener and learn from all you meet. Always keep a student spirit and your life will be complete. Congratulations. God bless each of you.
The Hardaway Chorale, under the direction of Mr. Spencer Fennessy, will now sing You'll Never Walk Alone, arranged by Johnny Mann. Thank you.
The Miss Sophia Patelyar. Would you please come to the stage? Ms. Patelyar is a member of numerous honor societies, clubs, and leadership committees, to include National Honor Society, National Art Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, the Columbus Museum Teen Advisory Board, and Beta Club. Her volunteer service has been commendable, to say the least, and includes raising over $1,000 for Feeding the Valley through art and the creation of handmade pottery in her very own Empty Bowl fundraiser. Ms. Patelyar will take her passion for learning and serving to Mercer University in the fall with the intent of being an English major, while at the same time being on the pre-dental track to become a dentist in the future. Ms. Patelyar has completed her high school career with an overall numeric average of a 100.92. Ms. Patelyar, in recognition of your outstanding academic record, it is my honor to present you this hood recognizing you as the 2022 Hardaway High School Salutatorian. Mr. Jalen Olivier, would you please come to the stage? Mr. Olivier is a member of several honor societies and clubs, to include Beta Club, Senior Council, Spanish Honor Society, and Model UN. He is also the president of the Hardaway chapter of the National Honor Society and team leader for both cybersecurity and programming. His volunteer service has also been commendable and includes planning lessons for younger students to learn how to code in elementary school, as he worked with fifth graders at Gentian Elementary. He wanted to give back to students at the elementary school where he attended. Jalen said in his application for page 1 in career technology, "I moved around a lot during the past decade, so being able to give back to the people who set me up for success was life-changing." Mr. Olivier has completed his high school career as an IB career candidate who has successfully completed the core of the program and a successful advanced placement computer science student with an overall numeric average of 101.48. Mr. Olivier will continue his education at the Florida Institute of Technology to further his career in computer science. He also wishes to start a device repair business and get his LLC by the end of the year. His ultimate goal is to own several businesses and have a career in cybersecurity, along with being an educator in order to give back to the community that gave him the opportunity to be great. Congratulations to Jalen Oliveri, our Hardaway High School valedictorian for the class of 2022. It is now my honor to present you with this hood for all of your accomplishments.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, members of the district, and my fellow graduates. My name is Sophia Patelyar, and I am Hardaway High School's salutatorian for the class of 22. It is an honor to welcome you to this momentous occasion that marks the end of our high school journey and initiates the start of a new chapter in our lives in which we seek to venture on our own unique course. What lies ahead for us is unpredictable and will be challenging, but I am confident that we, the class of 22, have the resilience to persevere in the face of any obstacle moving forward. Before I proceed, I would like to express my gratitude to my family and friends who have supported me thus far, and I particularly feel indebted towards my mom and dad who have aided my endeavors and kept me level-headed to remain focused on my goals and academic pursuits. Their loving guidance, incredible patience, and encouragement to chase after my goals are the reasons why I am here today. On behalf of the class of 22, I would also like to extend my thanks to the supportive teachers at Hardaway who have equipped us with the knowledge to succeed, and to all the parents here tonight whose years of guidance further emboldens us to remain hopeful for the future. Now, as I reflect upon my 4 years of studies, one word that I believe best describes us as a class is perseverance. It is easy to note that we all have faced much hardship to this point, and of course, this is only the beginning. With the long nights of studies, juggling extracurriculars, maintaining our own individual social lives, and of course, that 1.5-year-long pandemic. Yeah, crazy how it all piles up. I mean, we could never have predicted such unforeseen circumstances which resulted in empty classrooms and hallways which lacked the once bustling atmosphere from its students. This physical disconnect made learning a challenge as internet issues, distractions at home, and computer malfunctions were a regular occurrence. Rather than walking to our classrooms and meeting up with friends during our brief breaks within the day, such moments were replaced by a blue button on the screen, which we clicked to enter our quote-unquote classroom. Nevertheless, despite being deprived of the normalcy of a high school life, it is clear that you, class of 22, have overcome such circumstances, seeing many of you here today. Especially those of you who have successfully completed your IB and AP exams, dual enrollment classes, or career pathways. Be proud of yourselves for your years of stress, late night studying, and crying in between has paid off. However, such perseverance is not something we are born with. It is gained. Through our journey, we may have been confined to the limitations and expectations placed on us either by ourselves or outside influences. But, my fellow classmates, let it be known that because of the growth that you have fostered, the boundaries that shape who you are and what you can do are up to you to define. Like a vase, there are bounds to how much can be placed until it is filled. These set boundaries only allow for a small fraction of what can be made possible. My fellow classmates, through our perseverance, we can shatter such limitations and see that we are not a simple vessel set by the restrictions placed upon us, whether these be by choice, by current circumstances, by those around us, or maybe even by those who seek to limit you from what you deserve. There will always be leaps and hurdles to overcome. However, do not let such tolls strengthen the barrier which seeks to only provide restraint. Rather, let it be the catalyst for for further growth. Those here supporting you tonight can let you know, most of all, that you can pursue even greater things. But of course, that is your choice to make. Just as a choice to be the vase bound by its restrictions or the ocean itself. And like the bountiful ocean, there is so much for you to explore. However, it is up to you to remove limitations and to ride the tides of the challenges that come along the way. I am certain that as long as you allow the right winds to influence the tides in your life, you'll end exactly where you're meant to be. So note, perseverance is equated with growth. To grow is to change one's mindset, to change one's attitude, and to change one's perspective. We should see now that we mustn't define ourselves singularly by the finest moments in our high school careers, but should also recognize our lowest times in which we pushed past our limits. As we accept these finest moments in our life, we become grateful for the hardships and defining factors that further shape who we are. Beyond our current confines, we'll be leaving behind the cherished moments of people who have inspired us and redefined who we are. But remember that those experiences and memories are forever. As we move on from our high school journey, what lies ahead can be something greater if you wish it to be. Some wise words that I wish to leave with you tonight, that I follow and hope you will as well, come from Native American leader Chief Tecumseh, stating, "Love your life, perfect your life, beautify all things in your life. Seek to make your life long and its purpose in the service of your people." So, let it be known that the journey we partake in is something that we have all decided to endure for a reason. We finish to begin. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening, fellow class of 2022. I don't know if you hear this often or if you don't hear it at all, but understand that these 4 words should not be taken lightly. These 4 words come from the deepest depths of my heart. These 4 words come with the power to lift one's heaviest burden and allow them to soar to new heights as if they were weightless. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of each and every one of you, not just because you've come this far, but because you kept going despite your hindrances. Some of us have faced and overcome great adversity for most of our lives. For others, our greatest challenges lie within the past 4 years. Think of high school as a tornado, sporadic in its movements, taking with it any debris in its inconsistent path. Everything is uncontrollably hectic until you reach the eye of the storm. This school year has had its share of unexpected events that were far from our control. The debris that was pulled into this tornado consisted of new friends, severed ties, sacrifices, and now triumphs. There were bad grades, chicken days, and a lot of late buses. And all of these things and more culminate to form the tornado that has engulfed us over the last 4 years. But the eye of the storm is the calmest part of the tornado, and that is where we are today, our graduation. This year, we all made new friends, some we never expected to cross paths with, but now you're probably thinking back to yourself, where have you been all my life? These friends are the ones that make our day brighter even when they don't feel the greatest. These positive vibes and communication make for the greatest friendships. Friends are typically your motivation to do better for yourself and to improve. People used to ask me what my motivation was. At first, I didn't really know how to explain it. But experiencing high school finally helped me conclude that my motivation is having people to keep pushing for. In my 11th grade year, I wanted to leave the IB program because I was not in a good headspace mentally, and I was constantly isolating myself from the world around me. This tornado whirled me down a path that was far from who I used to be, and many noticed. I wanted to live a regular life. I was tired of telling my friends that I couldn't go out because I had homework to do. I was tired of staying up until 3 in the morning trying to finish assignments because I was behind. I was tired of people telling me to relax. Luckily, that man right there to my back right, Mr. Snow, has showed me the reality of the situation. He helped me understand that I didn't come this far to only come this far. He told me that if I really wanted to leave IB, I would be able to for my senior year, but he told me to weigh my options and think logically before resigning. So finishing up my 11th grade year, I came to the consensus that I was going to remain in IB because I had worked too hard to give up on any of my goals. If I was going to stay in IB, I had to be the absolute best I could be. I told myself I would finish IB for all of those who could not handle the pressure, all of those who were removed because they could not maintain the requirements, all of those who felt out of place, and all of those who simply did not want to do it. I made a promise to my peers that I was going to cross the finish line for them. I wanted to prove that even though something feels impossible, it never is. Not once did I seriously think I was going to be able to pull it off, but here I am today, having achieved both of my goals, speaking to you as your valedictorian and a completer of the IB program. That was my story. What is yours? What did you have to overcome to be here tonight? I hope that you will all celebrate your own story with friends and family when you leave here. Just remember, you made it and always will as long as you try. You deserve every second of your success. I am proud and I am impressed. Nothing is stopping you from being you. Nothing is stopping you from being the best. It's never about what's happening now. It's about what's happening next. Papa out.
Good evening and greetings to you all, Dr. Lewis, members of the board, parents, guests, Region Chief Mr. Baker, and soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2022. On behalf of the Hardaway High School faculty and staff, it is my esteemed honor to address you. We are blessed to be gathered in this place tonight to celebrate the hard work, dedication, courage, and determination that has brought our scholars to the culmination of their high school careers. The Hardaway High School graduating class of 2022 has overcome so much to arrive here in this arena, to walk across this stage and receive their high school diplomas. In March of their sophomore year, they were released from high school to what quickly became a worldwide pandemic that changed the way we administered education forever. They have had to adjust, endure, and overcome. Needless to say, this senior class has done exactly that. And they did not do it alone. Parents, supportive family members, and friends, I thank you for supporting your students' education at Hardaway High School and in the Muskogee County School District. I also want to thank our faculty and staff who have worked tirelessly with these fine young men and women to not only teach them about academic and athletic standards, but to teach them about the skills and attitudes they will need to succeed in the future. The students of Hardaway High School are blessed to be taught and surrounded by such a committed and talented faculty and staff. As proof of their hard work and the support they have received along the way, this graduating class has earned over $1.2 million in academic scholarships, to include Hope and Zell Miller. The average GPA of the top 10 seniors is 4.72. We had 9 student athletes sign athletic scholarships totaling nearly $150,000 in tuitions and fees, ranging from Hardaway's first ever 5-star recruit, Michael Williams, who enrolled early at the University of Georgia and came back home to walk with his class tonight, to 3 scholar athletes signing with HBCUs. We have 32 seniors graduating as dual enrollment students with college credits already completed. Our graduates are going on to continue their education at an array of colleges and universities, to include, but are not limited to, Georgia Tech, the University of Georgia, Auburn, the University of Alabama, Mercer, Georgia State, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, Penn State, Columbus State, Columbus Tech, Augusta University, Florida State University, Oglethorpe University, Georgia Perimeter College, Holt International University, and Mississippi State. Several others will be joining the armed forces or beginning their careers with industry certifications. We have 15 International Baccalaureate Program completers who are competitive worldwide. Most importantly, these young people will be assets to our greater Columbus community. Our class of 2022 has indeed overcome. Now, to the graduates. It has been my honor to serve as your principal, to watch you grow and to change. I would like to leave you with a challenge as you go forth from this ceremony tonight. In doing so, I also want to pay homage to Mr. Roger Hatcher, who was my principal at Hardaway High School many years ago, when I also walked across the stage at a Hardaway graduation. In one of the most memorable graduation speeches that he gave, and I'll never forget it, he referenced the well-known writing of Robert Fulghum, titled, "All I Ever Really Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten." My son is 6 years old and just finishing kindergarten at Clubview next week. And he is just at the very beginning of what all of you have faithfully pursued for the past 12 years. Some of the lessons from Fulgham's classic text are things that my son has learned in kindergarten this year, but I believe that they are also timely lessons for you and all people, no matter their age. I am just going to select a few gems from the script to share for time's sake, but I want to add my own challenge after each lesson. My apologies to Mr. Fulgham for restructuring his original text. Lesson number 1, share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. My challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, practice kindness and accountability. This world is too full of sadness, anger, and hurt. Be the good in it instead of the bad. Asking for forgiveness goes a long way toward healing on both sides. Lesson number 2, put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. My challenge, practice gratitude and humility. Serve others and appreciate your blessings. Instead of thinking about what you deserve, think of your own responsibilities to add to humanity instead of taking from it. Lesson number 5, live a balanced life. Learn some and think some and draw and paint and sing and dance and play and work every day some. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Be aware of wonder. My challenge, find your people. Find the ones who will speak life into you instead of lies. Find your bliss, your joy, and your passion. Enjoy this moment, but know that the choices that you make determine the life you lead. You've got this, Hardaway High School graduating class of 2022. We are all so proud of you, and we look forward to seeing what you will make of this one wonderful, precious life you have been given to do what you love. Tell the people you love that you love them. We have just a short time in this life to make a difference, and make a difference you shall. Congratulations to the Hardaway High School graduating class of 2022. May God bless and keep you always. To all audience members, out of respect for each graduate and their parents, we ask that you applaud only at the end of each row. This will allow for each student's name to be heard clearly. We also request that you remain in the audience until all of the graduates have left the floor at the close of the ceremony. Thank you.
Jalen Gareth Olivier. Emily Cordelia Alexandria Backus. Ronan Kai McCrander. Robert Hahn, Jr. Adriana Denise Tilley. Bethany Angini Banshee. Marquetta Lashiva Baker. Ariel Maria Arenas Sheely. Lonnie Kim Anderson. Christopher Lane Anderson. Louis Gilliam Abney. Karina Michelle Adams. Carissa Marseille Adams. Jose Eduardo Aguilar Barrios. Jose Mario Aguilar Valencia. Kiana May Aguto. Macy Brooke Aiken. Amari Alexis Allen. Henry Almeida Vidal. Gregory LeBron Grant III. Noah Michael Scarlett. Christina Bianca Jones. Leah Kirsten Osafo. Sofia Adobas Petellar. Victor Johnson Garcia St. Clair. Jace O'Neill Barker Jr. Rhea Lanice Barrett. Kaylee Lynn Beasley. Malachi Roosevelt Biggers. Avion Lewis Billings. Asia Janae Boone. Layla Simone Bradley. Tykel Deshaun Brantley. Marius Jamari Brayboy. Timmy Lee Brookshire. Coriana Shantae Brown. Jalen Marquise Brown. Roslyn Nikema Brown. Taekwondre Demetrius Brown. Jordan Sedarius Buckner. Angelica Camille Buncayo. Takenda Markivia Michon Birch. Samaria Lene Butler. Mohammed Kamara. Noah Donovan Campbell. Randy Jermaine Campbell Jr. Demetris Darnell Carpenter Jr. Jillian Renee Parks. Jamesia Shamari Carter. Matthew Isaiah Carter Adams. Artavius Jamarcus Marcel Clark. Jabria Sherelle Clark. James Elliott Coaxum Jr. Melissa Lachey Cobb. Jonathan Curtis Coleman. Ethan John Collins. Ashley Talia Cook. Shakari Michaela Rayana Cook. Jaden Tyree Crawford. Lataria Jalay Crawford. Christian Isaiah Curry. Kennedy Chanel Curry. Michael Shamar Cutright. Jakayla Rochelle Davis. Jacoby Keon Davis. Leon Jacory Davis. Mira Michelle Davis. Zanaya Ayana DeBrossard. Kamaya Wane Ellis. Magnus Fenelon Etienne. Ethan Pierce Forrest. Noah Christopher Fitzgerald. Cameron Isaiah Flowers. Jacob Blake Wilson. Carly Meadow Formagione. Gage Ryan Foskey. Jermaine Jacory Foster. Angel Tatiana Capri Fuller. Yakia Tanaya Elise Gaines. James Lee Gardner III. Tatiana Antoinette Gilardo. Daryl Sanchez Grant, Jr. Savoya Leomi Green. Marissa Alyssa Griggs. Jacob Alexander Hollyallure. Tyndall Brooke Hall. Sage Tyjon Hardy. Amari Nicole Hayes. Blair Cortellis Hicks. Chloe Tierra Hicks. Dakota Jakari Hill. Samara Denise Hines. Simidrius Cadonovan Holloway. Markeith Donzel Horace II. McKyle Lamont Horton. Shemaya Clarkesia Hoskins.
Graduates, I have been asked to remind you of how we practice. Jaheim William Huggery. Ashley Nicole Houston. Jaquavion Tashawn Howell. Madison Brianna Hubbard. Anaya Armani Hussey. Kevin Wynn. Lily Kate Mackenzie Isom. Miracle Nicole Jackson. Malachi Israel Josavion Jakes. Jaylani Victoria Jenkins. Janaya Dayana Quanisha Johnson. Aaliyah Chanel Johnson. Kyra Danae Johnson. Zarita Lynn Johnson. Sierra Janice Jones. Tyrese Dominic Jones. Cameron Desmond King. Tamari Janai King. Kaylee Mercedes Colbury. Micah Melise Lacey. Michaela Cheyenne Mosley. Alexis Rose Lee. Alex Alejandra Lowe. Damian Markiva Lucas Jr. Kali Tremaine Lusain. Elijah Jordan Khalil Maddox. Cassidy Cadence Mayer. Kimberly Nicole Majors. Reginald Demetrius Malone III. Vernia Olivia Martin. Gabriela Noemi Martinez. Naya Nicole Mayberry. Destiny Dior Mays Freeman. Charlie Rufus McCowan IV. Tamir Renee McGee. Lumai Ashante Javon McGowan Jr. Jonathan Demetrius McIntyre. Camden Anthony Bryce McMillan. Sitlali Mahia Rodriguez. Saxton Sion Melvin. Danilo Rindy Mendez Matias. Ernest Jarrell Menzie III. Andriana Olivier Miles. Justice Marie Miller. Cameron Lorenz Eugene Mims. Halia Lynn Mitchell. Jacob Michael Mitchum. Montana Zatyrani Chalet Mix. Devin Richard Odell. Janaya Nieva Morgan. Kentravion Martez Nelson. Caitlin Joanne Nicole Noble. Kayla Nicole Oliver. Nathaniel Mark Owens. Alex Manuel Pacheco. Norma Jane Satterfield Pierce. Emily Nashay Pendleton. Samira Michelle Parhams. Jalen Lucas Pitts. Christian Eric Pontaneres. Lamarion Howard Pryor. Sydney Janae Randolph Demines. Jalen Treyones Render. Tierra Janae Roberts. Michael Keondo Robinson Jr. Tanaya Aries Robinson. Jaquavius Tyron Rogers. Jayshawn Romero. Jacoby Micaiah Samuel. Raymond Elijah Snabria. Cabana Demonet Roper. Christian Joseph Sanders. Crystal Amia Saints. Samantha Grace Saxon. Desiree Elise Scranton. Kayla Deandra Shorter. Daniel Cyrene Small. Destiny Sherelle Spellers. Haley Tamara Stansel. Camiria Lavera Starr. Omarion Dante Starr. Kaya Ayana Strange. Joshua Mario Soker. Davion Jashawn Searles. Isaiah Matthew Workman. Tatiana Simone Tarver. Garen Russell Thibodeau. Joseph Amir Thomas. Michaela Finest Thornton. Aaliyah Erica Tillman. Ashley Marie Timothy. Eric Torres. Travis Torres. Michael Clinton Trong. Ariana Deshawn Tulis. Jordan Nolan Potts. Jaden Vershawn Napoleon Cullens. Kyler Grayson Twig. Samantha Antoinette Upshaw. Lizeth Carly Villegas. Logan Pablo Vo. Jaquez Gerald Walker. Isa Lamari Ward. Matt Douglas Ward, Jr. Randall Javier Ward. Carlise Cheyenne Washington. Bruce Alexander Waters, Jr. Brandon Leonard Wilbur. Jayla Marie Williams. Michael DeAnthony Williams. Demarius Riley Wolf. Dominique Riley Wolf. Julia Grace Ashbaugh. Shanora Tambrianne Moore. Andrisha Lashandra McLean. We have one more student. We have one more student. In memoriam, Quindarius Deshawn Ford.
May I have everyone please stand and join me in the singing of the Hardaway High School alma mater.
The tradition of turning tassels from right to left symbolizes for scholars the crossing from high school to the next exciting stage in their lives. Congratulations again to the Hardaway High School graduating class of 2022. You may now turn your tassels.